Welcome to the Glow Up Girl podcast, the show where purpose meets inspiration. Each week, I sit down with incredible individuals who open up about their real life journeys, the wins, the setbacks, and the lessons in between. Whether you're navigating career moves, entrepreneurship, or personal growth, you're in the right place. I'm Kyra Mitchell-Lewis, your host, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's glow up together. All right, happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you for joining wherever you may be in the world, taking time out of your day to listen. I hope your Thursday is going well. So let's talk about today's show and our guest today. Today's guest is Sylvie Beljanski. She is the president and founder of the Beljanski Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to integrative cancer research, building on the groundbreaking work of her father, Dr. Mirko Beljanski. She has become a leading voice in holistic health and the importance of natural, non-toxic approaches to fighting cancer and supporting wellness. Through her advocacy, books, and foundation, Sylvie empowers people to take control of their health journeys and discover the possibilities that integrative solutions can offer. So, let's grab Sylvie and talk about winning the war on cancer, a holistic approach. All right, welcome back to the show, and let's welcome Sylvie to the show. Welcome, Sylvie, to the Glow Up Girl podcast.
Oh, hello, and thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, why don't you get started by telling our audience listening or watching who you are and what you do?
Okay, so I am a recovered lawyer by trade. I went to law school in France, and one day I was working already in New York as a New York legal foreign associate when I learned that both of my parents had been arrested by the French government. And that's where I decided to start to take care of their legal defense. And the more I was looking at the legal defense, the more fishy the file was. And it was clear to me that the French government was not about bringing a man to justice for whatever he could have done, but this was about destroying evidence. And from there, I started kind of treasure hunt evidence of what? I had a hint of what it was about because I grew up seeing how my father, who was a PhD in molecular biology at the Pasteur Institute in France, that's basically an French equivalent of NIH, had been helping so many people suffering from cancer. And I've been witnessing that as I was growing up. Growing up, I was a little brat. I did not understand what they were doing, my parents. And the only thing I knew is that our apartment was constantly invaded with people coming and crying because they'd been diagnosed with cancer. And then I thought, we had got rid of them. And they were coming back a few months later with chocolate flowers and and saying that they're doing better. So growing up, I said, I'm never going to be involved with health. I don't want to be surrounded with sick people. I'm going to do something else. So that's why I went to law school. But I knew that this was really, really important. And when the French government tried to destroy everything, I said, no, this knowledge should belong to the people and should not disappear. And that's how I devoted my life after that to carry on with this legacy. And I created a foundation here in New York City, a company to continue to make the products available. And I really, for the past 30 years, that's what I have been about. And I am so grateful I was given this opportunity to continue my parents' legacy and to make a difference in so many people's lives.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for your transparency. And speaking about, your sort of upbringing where you thought you would do this one thing, because I don't want to be around people who may be sick, but just to sort of see you transition into the role that you stand in today and what you started.
Yeah.
When I know you do focus your work on integrated health. And I think just so for people who may not be aware of what that means and what that looks like, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, integrative means bringing together. And so it means you are open to conventional medicine, pharmaceuticals as needed, but
Mhm,
also a natural approach whenever needed and whenever appropriate. So maybe it can be, a natural approach for a small thing, but also it can be a natural approach to complement or limit the side effects of pharmaceuticals when you are taking them. So it's being, I mean, integrative approach means also being non-judgmental,
mhm,
being open to learn about both medicine and about natural things, and see on a case-to-case basis what makes sense for the disease
mm,
and these is that you may face at some points of your life. Of course, I mean there are some natural things like accompany a woman during menopause is not at all the same thing than
mhm,
facing a cancer crisis, and you
mhm,
may for some things choose a natural approach, and for others choose to go with conventional medicine. It's not one fits all.
mhm. And do you find sometimes, Sylvie, that people are, I guess, resistant to trying, a more integrated approach? Do you find that sometimes people are like, "Oh yeah, well, I just give me medication that will, fix it."
Yes, absolutely. For people want a quick fix,
Mhm,
unfortunately. And that often comes at the price of strong medication and therefore side effects. But rather than doing the work of understanding what makes them sick in the first place and
mhm,
remove the cause of the disease. Of course, so if it's, just a flu, a cold, I mean, in the winter, what you want is to get rid, the virus is not necessarily going to come back. I mean, you got a cold in a plane or whatever, you are not going to face that again and again and again. But for a more, say, chronic disease, like cancer, for example, you
mhm,
need to take the time of understanding what in your life is not working and to what your body is reacting
mhm.
by becoming sick.
Right. Yeah, I think, and you mentioned something important, like the things in your life that may be causing, that may be contributing to, say, if we speak on cancer, what could have contributed to maybe you getting sick? And I think, do you find that when you start to have these conversations or through the work that you're doing, that people are, sort of open to, looking at their lives holistically to say, yeah, I may be stressed in this area. This thing might be happening to me, or I may need to make some changes in my lifestyle. Like what is usually like the approach and the process that your team, that you all would take to help someone sort of, work through this? Like you said, people who want quick fixes versus people who want lasting recovery.
Yeah, so there is one thing really, really important that explains what happened to my father. He was one of the first scientists to look at the environment as a cause and also a solution eventually to cancer at a time back in the 70s where the official thinking was that cancer was only a genetic disease. The double helix, the Watson and Crick thing had just been discovered, and I mean, pharmaceutical companies were ready to spend a lot of money on every drug that would modify our genes, touch our genes, and they were looking for a genetic answer to cancer.
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
finding the cancer gene, which of course, I mean, there is not such a thing of a cancer gene. There are some genetic mutations that can favor the risk of getting cancer, but it's only favor a risk. There is not a thing, a gene that will predict for sure that you are going to have cancer. My
Mhm.
father made the difference between a cancer cells, a healthy cells. He made the observation that there is, at the level of the DNA, some structural difference that is created by the contact with environmental toxins. And that made him one of the first scientists at the forefront of what is now known as environmental medicine. At the time, he was nuts and they made fun of him. But that led him to find a number of natural compounds that are able to recognize this difference between cancer cells and healthy cells and prevent selectively the duplication of cancer cells wherever they are located. So that led to something a different, completely new approach of cancer, and understand that all those environmental toxins, and now there are a number of neuropsychologists who have demonstrated that emotional toxins can act exactly like environmental toxins, and all that make us sick, little by little,
Mhm.
destabilize progressively our DNA. So it's really important to make kind of a honest uh, picture of what is making us sick. It can be run from, toxicity in our houses with mold and things like that. It can
Mhm.
be also emotional things that have not been solved, forgiving some other people, forgiving yourself, which may be even more difficult, anger. All those things will eventually make us sick, and people react by shutting down the immune system, because the immune system is so busy fighting what is making us sick that at some point it just lose the battle. And then when you lose the battle, you can evolve either to cancer or to immune disease. And what we see now is that there is a huge increase of both cancer and the autoimmune diseases. And
Mhm.
to me, it is two sides of the same problem.
Mhm.
Cancer, the immune system is not recognize that some cells are abnormal and allow them to grow and fester. And autoimmune disease, the immune system is not recognizing that some cells are healthy and keeps fighting them, and destroying itself.
Mhm. So, and you mentioned when you were just speaking about at the beginning about people thinking that, cancer is genetic, right? Do you and that felt like a misconception that people just believe because it's in, my family, then I'm going to get cancer because somebody else has cancer. Do you think there are other misconceptions that you've heard around cancer prevention or treatment that people just aren't really aware, but they have misinformation on?
Well, I've seen, for example, I remember somebody who was diagnosed with cancer, and I saw him open, ordering a bottle of Diet Coke, and I said, this is full of sugar or chemicals, not sugar, but chemicals which are just as bad as sugar. He became very angry at me, saying, "What? They are taking away this and that from me, and now you want to take away from me my Diet Coke?" I was like, "Look, I don't want to take anything from you. I just want you to be aware that this is full of chemicals and colorings and things like that. It is your life and your choice. Don't get angry at me. I just want you to be aware." And I think education,
Mhm,
awareness is really, really the first step to knowledge is the first step to
mhm,
getting better, and uh, and and being healthy, actually.
Mhm. Did he stop drinking those Diet Coke, Sylvie?
Me? No, I never.
Did the guy, did he
No,
stop
no,
drink
no, no, he didn't, and he passed. But I have so many example like that. I remember a lady who she attended a cancer conference, and then I see her at the bar ordering a big glass of vodka. And I was like, you know that if you have been diagnosed with cancer, I mean, maybe you should make another choice of drink.
Mhm.
I understand after, I mean, we have been in a conference room for all day. You may be thirsty, but maybe a tall glass of vodka is not the way to go. And she lashed at me. She said, uh, "But my boyfriend left me, and now I I am not have cancer. I'm not smoking anymore. I am not F anymore. And you want to take my drink?" I was like, "No, no, but just want you to be aware that w-
Mhm.
you are obviously very angry, and
Mhm.
you are not destroying the boyfriend that left you by
Right. Yeah.
he's gone. He has his own life now. What you are destroying is yourself. And
Mhm.
why are you keep punishing yourself by choosing a drink that is bad for your health?
Mhm. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you've told 2 stories about people who you've tried to educate or inform, and they've met you with, anger. Uh,
Yes, yes.
um
Unfortunately, I see the people who are doing well are those who look at the disease actually as an opportunity to learn, to turn their life around. And maybe sometimes that may be, divorcing somebody, your mate, if you are in a toxic relationship,
Mhm.
making choices that will bring you at a better place in your life. The food that you are going to eat,
Mhm.
the water, putting a filtration system in your
Mhm.
house, be now you are in charge of your own decisions, and finding a place of peace and self-compassion, self-love. That's those people actually thrive.
Mhm. Yeah. Now that is really great to hear because I think you would just think that people would not respond that way when someone is trying to help them, especially if you've been diagnosed and then you are just trying to simply say, maybe you shouldn't be drinking vodka. And then she's like, no, everybody left me, Sylvie. I'm drinking.
Except
um,
my yeah.
yeah, yeah, vodka is the only thing holding this is the string that's holding it together. Sylvie, here at Glow Up Girl, obviously we do have a very big audience of women who listen to this show. And I think you just mentioned a couple of things that would be very instrumental in people looking at how they can be proactive in their own wellness and cancer prevention. Are there things that you would recommend that women could do in our just normal daily lives, pay attention to that might help us be prevent.
Yes, absolutely, and thank you for asking that. You ask questions about integrative medicine, and in the realm of natural stuff, there are plenty of supplements that can
Mhm,
absolutely help us stay healthy, stay the course despite our toxic environment. And a
mhm,
good detoxification on a regular basis, I mean, supporting our liver, supporting our gut health, paying attention to that, having some testing done on a regular basis to see if there are some
mhm,
parasites or things, the microbiome is okay, is really can go a long way. And
mhm,
then when there is a diagnosis of something bad like cancer, knowing that there are some natural solutions that can really work alone or in synergy with chemotherapies, because I have seen or immunotherapies. I have seen people everything, and you don't have to be judgmental. I mean, in the 30 years I have been involved, I have seen people saying, "Oh, I've been diagnosed. I want to kill those cancer cells. Give me everything, the chemotherapy, the natural products. Give me everything." Then you have also people saying, "Well, I don't want to take chemotherapy. I don't want to poison my body, my temple. I just want to take natural things. What do you have?" I have also seen people who say, "Well, I don't have cancer, but cancer is running in my family. What can
Mhm.
I do preventively, not in an invasive way, to to make sure it doesn't happen, or as sure as possible that it doesn't happen to me."
Mhm.
I have seen people also who come to me and say, "Well, I have had cancer, I have been through chemotherapy, but now I look at the stats and I see that there are 30% of the cancer which come back. What can I do to make sure I am not
Mhm.
one of those stats?" And That's why I do believe that what we are doing at the Beljanski Foundation and doing this research
Mhm.
on cancer, different stages, different kind of cancer, different stages of cancer, the synergy with chemotherapy, with natural plant extracts which have no toxicity, no side effect, is something that could help potentially a
Mhm.
lot of people. And that's why, I'm going to be 70 next year. This is all about, for me, spreading information and continuing to help people for as long as I can, as long as I am able to share this information, which I believe is very valuable.
Yes, yes, no, it definitely is. And speaking of some of the resources, because obviously you have been giving us resources and information this whole time that we've been talking, but are there places on your website that people may find more information and resources themselves?
Yes, so the Beljanski Foundation, BLJANSKI.org, has all the publications, the 133 peer-reviewed papers that my father left, and
Mhm.
also all the publications that have been resulting from research funded by the Beljanski Foundation since the passing of my father. Those research has been done at Columbia University on prostate, on Kansas University Medical Center on ovarian pancreatic cancer. There has been also some research on breast cancer. We are
Mhm.
currently doing research on breast cancer stem cells, which is
Mm.
very, very important because responsible for metastasis. We have very, very good data. All this is available on beljanski.org. And then you cannot do research out of thin air. You need to have
Mhm.
products.
Right.
Products are available on the website of Maison Beljanski. Maison means home in French. So that's the home of the products, and that's where they are. Everything is available. Not only the products that my father perfected, those plant extracts, but also some very good quality supplements to support the liver, to support detoxification, and all those things that are important, that are really
Mm.
important for our daily comfort.
Oh, awesome. Well, we'll make sure we drop those links into the show notes as well so people can find them. Sylvie, I am you're a wealth of information, and I love that you have, been doing this work and that you have carried on your father's legacy, and that you did transition from practicing, like, law, and you went into something that seems to be really important and really purposeful for you and what you do in your life, and, for that, I wanna say definitely say thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you. I would say to all the young women who may be listening, looking back, and I feel so grateful because I was given the opportunity to do something which is really true to me. to true to my values. It was a difficult choice to let go of the benefits of the effort I had put going to law school. But I am so grateful 30 years later that I was able to find and follow my true path. And it was very difficult. It was very challenging. But going through challenge is also the way you grow, and
Mm-hmm.
that you make your life more interesting and more valuable in the end.
Yes. Oh, I love that. All right. I'm gonna transition us to three things with Sylvie. So first of all, I think that I don't know, you must be a joy to in your personal life because you're funny. So I already I've already picked up on that. And also, so I want to ask you three questions that will just help our audience get to know you a little bit better. The first one is a two-parter. How does Sylvie start and end the day?
I try to take my coffee near the window and take in the light of the day. And I have some feeling of gratitude every morning while sipping my coffee. I should sip tea. I know that we have Onco tea, which has a very good anti-cancer properties, but I love my espresso.
I love it. And, how do you end the day?
I also I generally end the day pretty exhausted. Pretty exhausted, but also trying to do a recollection of everything I've done during the day, achieved, and that generally led me to a to-do list for the next
Mhm.
day. But that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, awesome. What's a goal or intention that you've set for yourself? Obviously, we will be in 2026 soon. So, are you already thinking ahead to goals or intentions for next year?
Yes, I try to always think what is going to be the best for the company, for the foundation, and for
Mhm.
myself. And uh, I am making plans already for the next big conference that we are going to host, the Beljanski Cancer Conference. We are planning for the third edition. It's probably going to be in South California in
Oh,
2026. And z- it's the opportunity for me to bring together a community of people, of experts, and try to make those days a few days that we have as meaningful as possible, not only for the experts coming, but also for the public with coming to learn about natural solutions, integrative solutions for cancer.
awesome. And the last question is, where are you currently finding inspiration?
I try to read a lot. I try to listen a lot to other people. Everybody surrounding me is a source of inspiration. And today you have been a source of inspiration to me, and I'm grateful for that.
Awesome. Well, Sylvie, um, thank you so much for being here today. And before I let you go, I'd like to ask you one final question. What's three things you'd like for our audience to take away from? I feel like you've shared a wealth of information from just some transitions and pivots in life to finding purpose and passion to even just how we can, be preventative, think about our health. What are three things you'd like people to take away from our chat today?
Be curious. Really be open-minded. Be curious to what the world has to offer, and try to always to look at what is the best for you, for your health, for your career, for your peace of mind, and try always to strive to achieve what is the best. It may be not available right for you today, but try to put yourself on the right path. And then even it's going to be difficult, be persistent, and over the years, you will get there.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sylvie, for taking time out of your busy schedule and coming and sharing with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Stay tuned, everyone. All right, welcome back, and let's thank Sylvie for joining the show today. You can learn more about the work that she is doing. You can also take advantage of a book that she has written where you can get the first chapter for free. And also, there's a link in there if you want to know how you might work with her and her team through a coaching program. All right, if you'd like to learn more about Glow Up Girl, make sure you visit glowupgirl.com and sign up for our newsletter to get tools, insights, and inspiration for your glow up journey. If you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We are at Glow Up Girl. So make sure you go there, like, subscribe, do all the things. Wherever you're listening, don't forget to rate, review, and share. It just helps more women find the show. And if you're on if you're sharing on social, make sure you tag us. All right, if you're ready to turn your personal story into purpose, check out Story Labs at glowupgirl.com. It is the space where if you're thinking this is the year that I start doing more podcasts, more speaking engagements, or, I'm launching a new business, launching a new program, and I need to know what my personal story looks like. It's an 1.5 hour session where you and I talk. I help you to figure out what your story looks like. We take the approach of, there's a framework which you will receive prior. You can write about it. It never has to be perfect. You get there, you talk, I listen, I synthesize, and give you a snapshot of how you should move forward. So make sure you check that out. All right. And if you're a brand looking to partner with a community of women chasing big dreams, we are accepting sponsorships. So reach out at hello@glowupgirl.com. As always, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and spending some time with me. So until next week, stay focused, fab, and glow up. Take care, everyone.